see this little girl right here? This is not a puppy. This is an elf, and her name is Lucy. Lucy, say hi. Say hi to all the little kids. She's pretty happy. And we're going to try to get out and start doing some new videos, which, as you know, we've had a modern day plague. So therefore, that it has really made life pretty hard for a lot of the small children. So today we got a very special guest, Dr. Padgett and his two little kids, and they're going to read an awesome story. So please listen to the story and enjoy. And I'll see you when we get done. And I've seen the video. It is so cool. So it's off to you. Let's go.
Daddy, tell me a story.
I've got the perfect story for you.
When a humble boy graced you right along with Geralt of Rivia, along came this song where the white wolf. No, a story about the knights.
I've got one of those too. My name is Dr. Gary Padgett,
I'm Tomas Padgett. And I'm Miranda Padgett.
and we're going to tell you the story of the Marshmallow Incident by Judy and Ron Barnett. So the Marshmallow Incident occurred a very long time ago. So long ago that most people have forgotten why it happened in the first place. Fortunately, the true story is recorded in a diary that was found in the ruins of an ancient castle, hidden in an old and stale box of marshmallows. The diary tells the story of two neighboring towns, the town of Left and the town of Right. They were named that way because everyone who lived in the town of Left was left-handed, and everybody who lived in the town of Right was right-handed. And it had been that way for endless generations. The difference seemed so extreme to the people of Left and Right that they refused to have anything to do with one another. It didn't help that someone had painted a bright yellow dotted line between the two towns. The people didn't know who had done it or why, but they never trespassed on or over that line. Both towns were watched over by the order of the ambidextrous Knights of the Dotted Yellow Line, who lived in a small castle right smack in the middle of that dotted yellow line, and whose sole mission in life was to make sure that nobody crossed that dotted yellow line. They kept the line neat and clean, repainted it when it started to fade, and guarded it really well. The Knights also guarded something else really well: their marshmallows. A few years earlier, one of the Knights had entered a poetry contest and won first prize, which just happened to be 50,000 boxes of marshmallows. The poem that he recited to win it went like this: roses are red, violets are blue. I like marshmallows because they're made of sticky goo. That was an awful lot of marshmallows. When they were delivered to the castle, the Knights stacked them up inside the front gates. The Knights snacked on them, ate them with peanut butter, melted them on baked potatoes, floated them in their hot cocoa, put them on pizza, spun them into fluff, fed them to their horses as special treats, and roasted them. One sunny June day, the town of Wright was having its annual picnic, complete with soup and biscuits. Kids were running around and climbing up and down the trees on top of the stone walls. They were getting very close to the dotted yellow line, so someone went running after them to keep them away from it. Before you knew it, he tripped on a rock, went flying over the line, and fell in the town of Left. He knew there was going to be trouble, and there certainly was. When the Knights saw what had happened, they immediately whipped themselves into a frenzy. The line had been crossed. Since it had never happened before, they shouted orders to one another to mount their horses and grab the nearest ammunition, which, oddly enough, turned out to be their marshmallows. The Knights strapped several boxes of marshmallows onto their horses and swarmed out of the castle in a major tizzy to do their nightly duty and defend that dotted yellow line. Galloping around, they filled their catapults and fired thousands of marshmallows into the air. Birds caught hold of them in flight, and people ran for shelter. Just like that. And look at the ground. After just a few minutes, it looked as if there had been a blizzard. The countryside was littered white with marshmallows. Their marshmallows gently bounced off houses and heads, rolled down hills, floated across the lake, got stuck in trees, and amused and confused the cows. The attack continued until one of the knights realized how silly the whole thing was. He climbed on top of a large pile of marshmallows, raised his hands high in the air, and yelled, "Why do we have this line? It has been here for years and years, but it seems to create problems instead of solving them. Let's wipe it out." "Not so fast," the townspeople shouted back. "This calls for a town meeting of both towns." Later that afternoon, the townspeople met. The knights stood by to keep the peace. In the end, no one could come up with a truly sensible reason to keep the line. So they decided they should and would get rid of it. "No more lines!" shouted the townspeople as they danced around in celebration. Then, for the first time ever, the townspeople crossed over the line and introduced themselves. They even shook hands and chatted. Everyone had a good time playing with the marshmallows. They had finger puppets made out of them and invented games like tic-tac-toe marshmallow and base marshmallow. People painted with them, slept on them, and turned them into sculptures. Someone even built a small version of the pyramids. That night, all the people from the town of left and right roasted marshmallows over a huge roaring campfire. The knights and their horses were there too. Everyone sat in a circle and sang their favorite songs while munching on the delicious, gooey treats. The next day, using mops, brushes, soap, and water, all the townspeople joined together to remove the old dotted yellow line. They rubbed at it and scrubbed at it until the line was completely gone. In time, all the mushrooms disappeared. The rains melted them and washed them away. And year after year, on the anniversary of the marshmallow incident, the towns of left and right held a campfire. The knights always supplied a sensible number of marshmallows for the townspeople to roast, and everyone continued to live peacefully and sweetly ever after. Good night.
Hi, welcome back. Now Lucy is kind of shy to talk on camera, but she does talk to me. Because elves can talk if you know how to listen. And she told me to say thank you so much, Dr. Padgett, Miranda, and Tomas for reading that wonderful story. We loved it. And Lucy and I was talking, we have an idea. How about you guys send us a family-friendly, G-rated video using your phone, or if you have professional cameras, whatever you got, and send it to us. All the information will be down below on how to do this, and take a read, and then we will all put it together, and we're going to try to communicate with each other that way. Thank you so much for visiting us. Thank you. Bye-bye.